Oh, look at that. He's got his own camera. He's got a bottle or two of Mountain Dew. Is that Mountain Dew?
Couple.
Diet Dew.
Oh, it's Diet Dew. I'm sorry.
Are they sponsoring you by any chance?
They are not.
Why are they not sponsoring you?
I'm as baffled as you because I've given them a lot of exposure for the last 3 years.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's
Absolutely, look at that.
Skip Pay Less. What is that all about?
So Skip Pay Less is based off of Skip Bayless. Do you know who Skip Bayless
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Could you maybe explain to people who that is?
Yeah. So we're live now?
Yep.
We are alive.
All right. So I do impersonations of a lot of different characters and people. And my most popular one on the internet is Skip Bayless.
Oh, really?
And I don't know why, but people just go nuts when I do Skip Bayless. So I started calling myself Skip Payless.
Ah.
Okay.
So now I wear the hat, and Skip Bayless is a Diet Dew addict.
Right.
So part of my shtick is always having Diet Dew behind me in all the videos I do when I imitate Skip Payless.
I like that. Okay, now, so what town do you live in?
I'm in Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Deerfield Beach, okay.
Yep.
So how did you hear about the show?
Well, actually, I saw Caliendo on your show.
Oh, Frank, yeah.
Frank.
Great. Well,
Yeah.
did you see it the day he was on with Nick Swardson?
I haven't seen that one yet. I was
it's
planning to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys I've known since they were little kids, basically. God, how old was Nick Swardson when he first had lunch with him?
I think he was in his 20s.
He might have been in his early 20s.
Remember how crazy he was?
Oh, how crazy he still is, as a matter of fact.
He's
Is that
calmed
what we're
down a
talking
lot.
about?
He has calmed down a lot.
Nick is
Josh, I will
almost
tell you-
exactly 10 years older than me. So however long
there
that
you
would have
go.
been.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. But anyway, I just love the fact that you heard about the show and then you had a desire to pop on, and I hope a lot of other people do the same thing. So you did find out just because you happened to watch that episode of Frank Caliendo?
I saw he was on, and then I started watching some of your other episodes, and I was like, I enjoy this. You guys have a good demeanor on camera.
That's what we go for.
It's very relaxing, and a lot of good guests.
So how far is
Thank you.
Deerfield from Palm Beach?
West Palm.
Oh, it's about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, when you need to come in and do the show from the studio, you pill.
Well, actually,
He goes, well, actually.
I think I offered to, but Andy told me that you didn't have the space in the studio.
Oh yeah, because we were literally just setting it up. Now
Yeah, we
we
would
moved.
be very crowded
That's
right
true.
now.
Yeah, but when you
Well,
get
it'll
the
work.
space, I'm right down the street basically.
I think it's wonderful. So did you grow up in Deerfield?
In South Florida,
South Florida, okay.
Boca mostly.
Ooh.
Yeah, one of those Boca people,
You-
you know.
You don't meet too many people that are from Florida.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
native. My
Yep.
parents are New Yorkers, but I was raised I'm from Florida. I went to college at Florida State in Tallahassee, and moved around the state a bunch. But
Josh, I
So-
will tell you, one of my favorite things about doing this job, and I've been, in radio and all the, it's been 65 years or something, Catherine?
At least.
It's been a
maybe
long,
100.
long time. But just all of the things you pick up on and the things that happen to you. I mean, obviously, when you're doing comedy, you're backstage with a bunch of other very talented people. I mean, it is an interesting life, don't you think?
very interesting.
Yeah.
The people I meet. Yeah, I mean, I love entertaining. I started performing when I was in college, and it just kind of evolved from there. And Frank Caliendo, I mentioned him because he's like, for what I do as an impressionist,
Yeah, he's great.
he's a major influence in what I do.
No question. No, plus he's a great guy. He's a very, very nice man. And so is Nick Swardson. Nick Swardson. One thing I got to tell you about Nick that I love, Kath and I just moved into a different building, but the building before last year when Nick was in town, we live on the 16th floor in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Swardson will not get on an elevator. He walked up 16 flights of stairs to get up to our house.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
commitment.
That's commitment.
That's commitment to
baby.
a phobia right there.
But another thing, Josh, and I know obviously you have observed this in your life before. I got a call from Jeff Cesario. You ever work with Jeff?
Never have. No.
Well, Jeff's a great guy, really, really good guy. He called me one day a few years ago when he moved out. Well, it's more than a few years ago now, but he called me and said that he was he moved to Los Angeles, started being on television and movies and all that good stuff and all the rest of it. And he gets a call from Jerry Seinfeld. And he said, well, Jeff, you're new in town. Why don't we walk around downtown and I can show you where all the comedians are and where all the Comedy Store is and all that stuff. Well, let's just take a walk, right? So they're walking down the street and they're about to get to the Comedy Store. And as they're walking up, Seinfeld turns to Cesario and says, my friend Rodney Dangerfield is on stage right now. By the time we get there, he's going to be coming off stage. And when Rodney comes off stage, he gets right out the back door and into his limousine. That's what he does, right?
Right.
So he said, our timing is going to be about perfect. You want to meet Rodney Dangerfield. And again, who the hell wouldn't want to meet Rodney Dangerfield, right? I mean, my God, the greatest line of all time. So they're walking up and Seinfeld says, Rodney, I got a young man with me. He's just moved to Los Angeles. And this is I don't do an impression of him. So, I'm not even trying. But anyway, he says, he just moved to town. Jeff Cesario is a great writer, is a great actor and all the rest of it. Rodney Dangerfield, I'd like you to meet Jeff Cesario. And there's a long pause. And Rodney Dangerfield goes, Cesario, huh? Italian, huh? Stick to the tumbling. Rodney did not think apparently that Italians are funny.
Right.
That's just the way he is, right? Yeah. God, I miss Rodney. I miss him so much. My God, he was wonderful.
I love Rodney. When I started out, I used to watch clips of him from the Carson show.
Oh yeah.
And he's someone that I impersonate too.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do. The older crowd love him. I tell you, no respect at all. I told my wife she was lousy in bed. She went out and got a second opinion.
That's really good.
Now we're talking, baby.
Good job.
Respect,
Josh, now I'm going to be stuck with you the rest of my life. Way to go.
Uh-oh.
Well, the older crowds love when I imitate Rodney.
Yeah.
Some of the younger crowds, unfortunately, just don't know him. So it's like, and there's a lot of people that I imitate who younger people, even my age, don't know.
Yeah.
So, it's just how it is.
Well, you're roughly my age, right? Late 30s, mid 30s?
Yeah, I'm 36.
36. So, yeah. I don't know. Rodney Dangerfield, I suppose if you're under 30, you might not have ever been exposed to him because, when's the last big thing he did? It's been a while.
Well, he's been dead for quite some time.
He's been...
Younger people do know when you say Caddyshack, they usually
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
He was so funny in that.
Okay, so Josh, what do you remember sitting around probably as a very young guy? Do you remember when it came to you in your head, I want to learn how to do impressions, I want to do comedy? How old were you when that happened?
Yeah, well, I think it starts with just being very observational as a person. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of comedians are that way. We just notice things a lot. We love studying people. And I used to think that was normal, that I would just pick up on mannerisms of when I was in school. That's kind of where I noticed it when I was in elementary school, that I was able to mimic a lot of the students in the class and the teachers.
I like it.
And the teachers.
And the teachers.
Yeah. Which they didn't always appreciate.
No.
I have a question. Did you ever call a student at home pretending to be one of the teachers and saying, we're going to flunk you out?
Yeah, I should have done that.
Nice. Really nice, pal.
Yeah. But that's where it started. I just was picking up on things, in school that and I would within a few weeks I would have the teacher down all the way.
You know what's so great about that? Josh, just having you on is bringing back all these magnificent memories for me because I was doing some voiceover living in New York. Catherine and I were living in New York in 1986. And got a call from Catherine because she had returned back to Minnesota. And I said, what's going on, honey? And she goes, well, this is going to be interesting. I said, what's that? She goes, we're going to have a baby. And I went, a baby in Manhattan? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work. Weird thing.
It
As
could be done, but
yeah, it could be done.
Can be done.
I'm putting the phone back on. This is back when the phones were put back on the little rocker there. So I put it back. Literally, the second I put the phone down on the little device, it rings, and it's Dave Hamilton, who's one of the great program directors of all time. And he said, "Tom, do you have any interest in doing a morning show at KQRS?" And I said, "Sure." I mean, it was that weird. The whole thing was that weird. And that show was on the air for 37 years, had the highest ratings in America. And the reason I bring that up, because no one before the KQ morning show had ever invited a lot of comedians on. I mean, yes, they'd have the Bob Hopes on, but that was more about being a movie star than it was a comedian.
Right.
But nobody, and I turned around to Dave Hamilton. I said, why doesn't anybody ever have comedians on? They're very talented. They do different things, whether it's impressions or hardline comedy or, soft comedy, the Rodney Dangerfield type of it all. Nobody was having comedians on their show 40 years ago. They just didn't. Well, all of a sudden I'm bringing them all in. Our radio, it turned out to be the highest rated morning show in America.
Wow.
We had a 42 share at one point. I mean, it was just huge. Why do you think it is that, looking back 40 years, that they didn't want comedians on the show? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, maybe just like the fear of, wanting a filter
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I suppose, yes.
and the
I suppose that's-
unpredictability of comedians.
But that's what I like about them. They, you got the dump button. You're fine. If you're going to
Yeah.
say something, you hit the dump button, you're good to go.
Right.
And by the way, I watched broadcast television. They drop the F-bomb on broadcast television all the time now.
Well, now they do. Yeah.
Now they do,
Yeah.
yes. Not back in the old days. They never
No.
did. But I mean, it's just, so was this a dream of yours when you were a little kid?
Well, my dream was actually to be a sports broadcaster.
Or do you do that
which
too?
is kind of ironic because it's like now my most popular impressions are of sports broadcasters.
Well, there you go. Absolutely. Well, there's some good ones.
My first impression was actually of Marv Albert.
Oh, sure.
Yes, it counts. And the foul, a series of moves by Tom Barnard put on LeBron James, a facial served up.
That's wonderful. See, I love it. I just love anything to do with comedy or impressions or what. It's such a huge part of our lives. I just really wish we'd have more.
I go through the Dunkin' drive-through as Marv Albert.
Do you?
Yes, I'd like an iced coffee with 2% milk and the foul.
It is foul, isn't it?
The foul.
It's a foul. No question.
is it easier to do impressions of people that, well, obviously, that have they put so much emphasis on certain words or inflections? I mean,
Yeah,
is it
absolutely.
it's easier to pick them up.
Yeah, the neutral sounding people, it's very difficult. Like I do the last 5 presidents as well.
Oh,
The last 5.
Last
Wow.
5, yes.
Okay.
And but for example, though, people were asking me recently, can you imitate the vice president and JD Vance? And I haven't found
That's
too
tough.
neutral sounding.
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Like he doesn't really give me much to work with.
Sure.
But Trump, Biden, they give me a lot. Obama was very difficult to get down, but I think I've got him pretty good.
Yeah, I could see he'd be difficult. Absolutely.
Look, let me be clear. We've got a lot of work that we've got to do.
Phenomenal. That's a great impression, Pally.
I used to be obsessed with Obamacare, but now that I'm no longer president, Obama could care less.
What do you think, Andy?
Well, I did grow up in the Obama years, more or less. So
Yes, you did. That's
gotta
why I'm
give it
asking
my
you.
thumbs up.
I think that would be the hardest part is I would need a little tape recording of everybody if I wanted to do it. I was like, the fact that you've got them right there is impressive.
It's there.
It is
It's just
wonderful.
there.
It's never going to
Just
go
there.
away either. And by the way, thank you so much for this, because now I got people posting things about all these different things we've been through. And it's either twice or 3 times we had Harry Carey on, of course, the magnificent announcer from
yes.
the Chicago area. Wonderful guy and all the rest of it. But every time he came on, Mike Gelfand, who was on the morning show with me, would pick on Harry. And I'm going, oh, why do you got to do that? And Mike has one of these kind of voices up like this. He goes, Harry, I got to ask you a question, Harry. And so Gelfand made some smart ass comment about Harry Carey, and I will never forget. He makes the comment. There's about a 3-second pause, and then you hear, Barnard, control your monkeys. See, that's what I love about this business.
Right.
You don't hear that anywhere else. I'm sorry, you just don't. Isn't it great that I mean, you said you're what, 36?
36, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're kicking ass. You're doing really, really well, which is wonderful.
He's got Mountain Dew money.
You got Mountain Dew money.
I'm trying to get that sponsorship. I've given them millions of views with my videos. So
Oh, I bet.
Definitely get a sponsor.
No
Yeah.
question about it. So when did Gelfand become Louis?
It did kinda sound
like
Louis Anderson. He did kind of sound like Louis Anderson, didn't he? There's another guy I miss horribly. Oh God, Louis Anderson was just. This is a guy. Every time he came to Minnesota, where he was from originally, St. Paul, but he would call my mom Toot. Well, her nickname was Toots, but Harry, he treated my mother like she was a goddess. Louis Anderson was so nice to my mother. He'd take her out to dinner. He'd do this, he'd do that. That's the part of comedians I think not a lot of people see. Comedians in general, to be really good at what they do, have to care about other people. Otherwise, they wouldn't care enough to make the effort to sound that good. I mean, if you didn't care what people thought, you wouldn't be that good.
right.
It's true.
Yeah. I always, the reason I love entertaining people is because I care about entertaining the audience.
No question.
And that's what excites me. But I do know sometimes it's like if I have a bad show, it's not always my fault. Sometimes it's the wrong audience. Sometimes
Oh yeah.
that happens sometimes.
What do you do about that when you're on stage and you go, "Ooh, this is not my audience"? How do you handle that?
Well, I try to avoid those types of shows.
That's a good call. That's a good call, no question.
I was opening. There was a great comedian. He unfortunately passed just recently that I was opening for. His name was Sarge. Had you heard of him?
Just Sarge? Yes.
Sarge.
I've never met him.
He was incredible, a powerhouse, especially in South Florida. He did like all the huge gated communities down here. He was a large black Jewish man.
He had it all covered.
Wow.
He had it all covered.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
He could say
He was-
anything.
he could get away with anything. Yeah.
I love that.
But he was a great guy, that I was able to open for and learn a lot about. But his audiences were older, so I had to kind of cater to that audience.
Yeah. But how old were you when you discovered that was the way to go? Because that's a very smart thing that popped into your head. It's a different audience. I got to do it differently because it's a different audience.
Yeah, I picked up on that pretty soon.
Good.
Like about a few years into it, I was like, I need to adjust my act depending on the audience that I'm working for.
Yeah, there's no question about it. But a lot of people don't understand that. They do their act, and this is my act, and this is what I do. But if
Right.
you're going to be really big, you're going to have to make some changes here and there and, move different areas and all the rest of it. Those are the guys that get huge, men and women that get very, very huge in that business.
Because they can appeal to the cross demographics. Yeah. When I was also doing a dinner cruise for a couple years.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, in Fort Lauderdale. It had to be squeaky clean.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So that was a good challenge though. So what I did actually, my routine on there was I would do like 6 or 7 different impressions. And the way I would approach it is I would have them audition to be the spokesperson for the Kit Kat bar. That was my routine. And they all had to say, come on, man, give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Maybe you made them say that.
So I would have Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Barack Obama, Woody Allen, and Larry David would say that line. That was
That's
it.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So have you ever met Donald Trump?
I have not.
Yeah, the only reason I ask that is because Catherine and I and Andy are not that political. I mean, we have our beliefs politically, but I don't need to shove them down anybody's throat and get pissed off at somebody about politics. I mean, we have no control over it. Why would you get pissed off at somebody who doesn't think the way you do? It makes no sense that people do that kind of thing.
Yeah, but Mar-a-Lago's right there.
Mar-a-Lago is about
just
a mile
quick
away.
jaunt
That's very
away.
true.
So,
well, speaking of that, are you going to be in town locally, appearing in town in West Palm anytime soon?
I have a couple things possibly that I'm working on. Yeah.
Well, let me know because we'd love to come and see you. There's no question about that. I mean, I love the fact that you just reached out to us. A lot of people wouldn't do that, but I think it's very, very smart. Do you do that with other people? That's a very smart thing to do, man.
I do. I reach out directly because I'm my own marketing person.
Yeah, I do.
I don't have an agent right now, so I do it all myself. And I find that, and I've gotten on a lot of shows by just reaching out directly, and that's it.
Well, that's very smart because a lot of guys won't do that. They won't do that go that extra mile and do that kind of thing. So you're already way ahead of all those people because you actually did the smart thing.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here.
Well, except well, this is not radio anymore; it's podcasting. But God, podcasting is just taking over the world. Radio is just, man, it's in big trouble. It's really too bad because I loved it from the time I was a little boy, and I was in the business for what was it, like 60 years or something like that total.
Oh, well, did you start when you were 14?
No, but I did start when I was 17, so I guess I was
Almost 60 then.
57 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the whole thing. How did you learn how to do things? Because it's from what you've said, just talking to you for the last 25 minutes, you've said a lot of things and they were all the right things. How did you know about that? How do you know what the right things were?
Just study the industry a lot.
Good move.
And see what other people who are having success, what they're doing.
See, that's smart. Why don't other people do that?
Yeah, I think they're lazy or they're
They no
too in
talent.
their head.
There it is.
Yeah, I just
They're just not as smart as Josh. That's all it is.
that's what it is. Josh Rosen's a lot smarter.
They
than
say
you.
I've got the highest IQ in the history of Josh Rosen's. That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. I love the way he does that. You know what's interesting about that, Josh, is I'm not
Got the
political at
lips.
all. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I've been both. I've tried, and politics is just not my kind of deal. So I was invited by Mike Lindell.
Oh yeah.
Mike and I have been friends for a million years. So he invited me to go have lunch with the president of the United States 6 years ago, and that was Donald Trump. So we go over to one of his 80,000 golf courses that he owns. My God, he owns a lot of golf courses. But the guy, look, I know it's different for other people and all the rest of it, but when I met the president of the United States, he could not have been nicer to me. How are the kids? How's Andy and Alex? Catherine doing well? I mean, he knew all about. That's very smart, by the way.
Does his homework.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure other people did his homework for him, but he was really good at coming across with it. But yeah, I think to be a really good comedian, because some of them I think are making a mistake right now, and Jimmy Kimmel's the one that pops into my mind. If you're going to do comedy, why do you want to get politically involved? I mean, yeah,
Well,
you want to
still
take
making-
shots and all that, but to get deeply into it makes no sense
Still
to me.
making what, 10, 14 million
Yeah,
a year?
It worked for him.
Yeah,
It's a,
yeah,
I love imitating Trump. I don't care what side the audience is on.
Exactly.
Because it's a funny character. Because he does exaggerate everything. And
everything.
when you exaggerate, it's funny. So like sometimes I do shows and there's like 50 people there. And one of the jokes I say is, so I'm looking at this crowd and there's got to be 50,000 people in the audience. Acting like sardines. It's the largest crowd in the history of West Palm Beach.
There you go. I just love that so much about him. Honest to God, people need to settle down. Democrat, Republican, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, who gives a rat's ass? Why don't you enjoy your life? Be worried about that crap.
Absolutely. 100%.
I just love the fact that you're paying that much attention. You said you're 34 years old, correct?
36.
36 at rest. I think you're way ahead of the game because most guys around 34, 35, 36 haven't even come to the understanding of what they really do want to do with all this. But you paid a lot of attention. Who was the first person you ever imitated?
I would say it was Marv Albert.
Oh, it was Marv Albert. Yeah,
It was either him or Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh
Yeah.
God, Steve
God.
Austin. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, I got a little Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure here.
Oh,
And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Nobody give me a hell yeah.
Remember your roots.
But yeah,
I think
those were my two first impressions. And then I started to do the presidents. I started to do George W. Bush was my first president that I imitated.
oh, really?
Yeah.
And how many years ago is this? Is this like 15 years ago or something?
At least 15, yeah.
At least 15, yeah.
Yeah.
And how'd that go?
Hola, my friends. It's great to be on the Barnard Thomas podcast.
Yes. Being from Minnesota, you know what they throw in there? Because it's a big resort area in Minnesota. Oh, look who's here. Tom Brainerd.
Tom
Brainerd
Brainerd.
is a huge, in Minnesota, everybody knows what Brainerd is. It's a very, very big resort area and all that. But yeah, Tom Brainerd, I got that for a long time. That was sweet. You know what I'm saying? I think it's, so have you actually met some of the people that you do imitate?
Well, I did meet. There's a sports guy analyst. He's on Fox Sports 1, Nick Wright, and I imitate him a lot. And I did get to meet him a couple years ago, and he brought me on into the studio, which was really.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he was really cool. He had seen my impression before, all over the internet. So he was really cool about it. You never know, though. Like I've been told that Skip Bayless knows who I am. And has seen the impression and doesn't want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, well.
That's too bad.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Oh, God, I better take a break here. Can you stick with us another 10 minutes?
Sure.
Magnificent, ladies and gentlemen. Be right back right after this.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Automotive Twilight Zone, one without sedans.
Is it really otherworldly that crossover and sport utilities have replaced sedans? I asked Brett Paul of the Valley Group of GM dealerships.
When you consider ease of entry, visibility, cargo space, and of course all-wheel drive traction, it really shouldn't be a surprise.
But what about things like style, comfort, luxury, and technology?
GMC has been refining this class of vehicles probably longer than any manufacturer. The new GMCs make sedans and minivans, the mom jeans, or black and white TVs of people haulers.
So what are the current GMC crossover and sport utility offerings?
See our sensibly priced Terrains, Acadias, and Yukons at Valley Buick GMC in Apple Valley and Valley GMC in Hastings.
A fifth dimension, beyond human knowledge, a place between light and shadow.
No, not really.
Oh, that's nice. It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are, they're a place where your loved one can live with pride and dignity. If you deeply care about someone in your life, Wellshire is a place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility that has a full nursing team, always staffed within the building, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire Medina is now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally. I have for 2 generations, as a matter of fact. They're a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They're the best staff memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more. WellshireMN.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com. You know how I can tell this is going well? Because that 33 minutes blew by very quickly.
Didn't feel like it.
So yeah,
It was the longest 35 minutes of my life.
it was the longest of my life. You were torturing me, Tom. I understand. There's no.
No, this has been a great interview so far.
Oh no, I love comedians. Comedians made my show what it was all those years. For 40 years, comedians and then, actors came in. And that was another thing, by the way. All those people coming in to Minneapolis when they traveled through it always come on the show. But I literally, for a while, I would guess probably a couple of months had to fight and say, I want to have comedians on the show. Because Minneapolis, St. Paul is a very good comedy market. You ever worked there?
I've never been to Minnesota. No.
Okay, you got to get booked. We got to get you booked up there in the summertime because you would. Comedy's a very big deal up there.
Yeah, I would love to get to work any of the clubs up there.
Yeah, Florida guy. I don't think you'd want to come here right now. I think it's 15 right now. Yeah, 15 degrees right now.
Yeah, I don't do well anything below 50.
Oh, well. I mean, our summers actually get well into the 90s, so you'll be right at home.
Yeah, they do.
Feel right at home, right? Exactly.
It'll be fine.
Louis Anderson used to give young comedians advice saying to move to Minnesota
Yeah,
because the comedy scene is just so good there.
It is
a lot
big.
of audiences. People go and see you. I don't know if there's as many clubs as there used to be.
no, not like there used to be. No, but the big ones are still around. There's no question about that. Andy worked. How long did you work at a comedy club, Andy?
I worked at the House of Comedy for a couple years. It was a while ago. I don't even know if I was 21 yet. I must have been.
See, that's another thing about being behind the scenes at comedy clubs and all the rest of it, because there's a very famous comedy store up in. It's not a comedy store. I shouldn't call it that because that's not what it's called. But very, very famous comedy club up there. It's owned by an Asian man.
Acme.
Acme.
Comedy.
Yep. And the owner's the nicest guy in the world, but he is very set in his ways about who does what. You ever work with Chad Daniels?
I have not.
Chad Daniels is a really, really good comedian. He's from Minnesota. He's kicking ass, doing very, very well. He comes on the show one time. He goes, Tom, your buddy, the owner over there, he's a piece of work. I said, why? What's the matter? He goes, I went to him and I said, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to be the highlight of the show. You can put a couple of people before me. I'll come out and be the headliner. It'll be perfect. I would like to be a headliner. And he said there was about a 2-minute pause, and the owner of the club, an Asian man, looks up and goes, Chad Daniel, headliner. See, now that stuff happens in comedy and no other business. I mean, that's a very comedian comedy type of thing to hear.
Yeah.
Headliner.
Tire Carver in the chat, he makes a good point. Summer might actually be a tough sell because in Florida in the summer, everyone wants to be inside because it's so god-awful, stifling hot out.
Right.
In Minnesota in the summer, everyone wants to be outside because it's not hideously cold out for once. So they're not going. Actually, the best time up here is winter for the comedy clubs because it's inside, it's nice and cozy. Yeah. Everyone's happy to not have to be outside for once.
And also the cabin people.
Yes, everyone
Friday
is up
at about
north.
Noon, room up north where it's cooler, and then they come home Sunday night. Yep, gone.
One thing I got to do when you get you booked up there at the comedy clubs up there, I got to set you up with a guy who used to be on the show with me at KQRS all the years ago, a guy named Mark Rosen. Mark is
might be
the tallest Jew ever born. Nice Jewish boy. He's 6'6".
Jeez.
That's tall.
I mean, that's big.
Yeah. He's got about a foot on me.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm about 5'6". Yeah.
He was a sports reporter for a local station for a long time.
Channel 4,
yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But I mean, see, once again, we can never lose comedy clubs. We can't lose comedy on television. Obviously, it's such a big part of our lives, and we've kind of gotten away from it a little bit. And I have noticed because of that, people have gotten meaner. They're not laughing as much.
Yeah, even at some of the shows, people are like they come in hostile.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You've
why?
got Yeah, I just think that I think social media has created a lot of friction. People are. I heard this phrase recently. People are too online.
Yes.
And when you're too online, you're missing just like basic human interactions, and you're forgetting basic human decency because you view other people as if they're, not actual people.
Right. There's
No, I
accounts.
agree. I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I didn't think I'd have an answer to this question, but I actually do know who the tallest Jew ever born was.
Really?
Yes, his name was Eddie Carmel. He was 9 feet tall.
Holy Christ.
Jeez.
Ugh, that's
He was
too
born in
tall.
Tel Aviv, so that's how you know he's Jewish. There you go.
Oh, okay.
So I guess Mark Rosen has a few feet to go before he can hold that title.
He's 9 feet tall.
Well, he was. He died at 36, as one does
Oh, they all
when they're
do,
9
yeah.
feet tall.
Circulatory problem.
I would
guess.
assume so.
That's ridiculously tall. That's got to be some glandular issue.
I like
I would
this.
think so.
At the age of 36, he had shrunk several inches due to scoliosis. Well,
Oh, God.
at 9 feet, though, wouldn't you be happy to shrink a few inches? Like, oh, finally,
Yeah.
I'm not hitting
I
my
can
head
finally
on
buy off the rack.
doors anymore.
All right, we only got a couple minutes left, so we got to get this on schedule. You got to pop on a show once in a while, and we got to, once things settle down in a few weeks, we'll have to have you up in studio. I love the fact that, I mean, it's very, let me put it, and I don't mean because it's
The
us.
guest right here.
I don't mean, yeah, there you go, guess right there. I don't mean because us or me or you know the rest of it. I just think comedy is more important now than it's ever been. People need to learn how to laugh again. Everybody's pissed off at everybody and they hate everybody. It's like, why don't you go listen to a comedian and have a few laughs? Shut up.
100% agree. That's why I do what I do. And,
Yeah.
you know, social media has become a great outlet, though, for me posting skits.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I do that all the time. Josh Impressions is my Instagram and TikTok.
I love it.
And I even do a sports parody show with these guys. We call it Last Take.
Last take. Okay.
It's a parody of the show First Take.
Sure.
And I play either Skip Payless or Mad Dog.
Ooh, Mad
And we
Dog.
have, you know, Mad Dog Russo.
Mm-hmm.
For crying out loud, Tom, back in my day, Bob Cousy was the greatest athlete of all time, for crying out loud.
See, I love that so much. You're leaving me in a good mood, Pally.
Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
The Kit Kat bar. All right, well, let's get you back on the schedule. It's great having you on. Okay, your appearances coming up are where?
Please go to my social media, and I post all my upcoming shows on there. Josh Impressions, that's on Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube, and I have my upcoming shows on there as well as all my comedy skits.
That is wonderful. But I was pretty amazed by this whole deal that you went through the process of. How did you first hear about the show?
I think I first heard about it. Actually, you came up on my Twitter feed that you were looking for comedians as guests.
Oh yeah,
Is that
Andy
you that posted that? Yeah.
Andy posted it. Yeah.
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 I love having comedians on. I mean, I don't care how long you've been in business, whether 2 days or 25, 30 years. I love talking to comedians because in general, comedians are trying to make you happy. And we need that right now. We need that badly right now.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, you
So,
pill. He just looks at me like, what? All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. But yeah, stay in touch. You've got Andy's number.
We're emailing professional.
Oh, you're
you know,
emailing. Okay.
Very professional.
Well, Andy, you could email him my phone number if you ever want to just give me a buzz and talk about the business or whatever the hell it is, and then we'll have to get you back on.
sounds great. I'm down the street from you.
Yeah.
I love the fact that by 12:42, I have laughed a ton already. That's a good start to a day, man. No doubt about it. So yeah, I want you to keep people laughing because they really, really do need you guys right now. You men and women that do comedy, they really need you. God, they're pissed off at the world.
Yes, they are.
All right, you pill. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll tell you, no respect at all. All right. Thank you, guys.
When I was a kid, you know, I loved how that interaction between Rodney Dangerfield and Johnny Carson was heaven. God, that was great.
Oh, it was unbelievable, you know. During Christmas, I got batteries, toys not included, you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Great close. Thanks, Josh. We'll talk to you
All
soon,
right.
pal.
Thank you guys for having me.
Bye.
That's going to do it. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.